Howdy howdy, this is Blue Otter, and today we're looking at life below. I was able to do a playtest on this earlier. However, the conditions that I was on the playtest were that I could not publish anything that I played, and it was strictly for feedback purposes. So I'm very eager to see how it has updated since I last played it. So we are going to start a new game. And I would like to thank the devs for providing me with a key. We are going to go... So, relax, resources are abundant, hazards are mild and further apart. Balanced, a classic city builder experience structure, resources and hazards require careful planning, and challenging only for the brave of the ocean. Resources are scarce, hazards are severe. I think we're going to go relaxed. Enter a name for your campaign. Blue Otter. Yeah, I love this entryway. Oh man, you can see how the water's polluted here. Looks like we have our water spirit. It's very bright. Ah, Thalassa, there you are, adjusting it to your new guardian body, I hope? It feels very strange to not be a water sprite anymore. I have so many tentacles. Well, you showed great promise in your previous role. I only wish we had more time to train you as a guardian. Alas, the reef needs our help urgently, and so you must learn in the role. I provided you with some water sprites to aid you in your endeavors. They will collect resources and help you maintain the reefs, as you once did. Do they know I used to be one of them not so long ago? They do, and they tell me they're delighted to aid one of their own in her newfound guardianship. I've been promoted. That's good to know. Whether tentacled or finned, we're all in this together. There's so much to do, I'm not sure I'm ready for this, Lady Gaia. We never know what we are capable of until we try. Thalassa. I guess so. Never fear, I will be watching you through the reef heart. I'll be here when you need me. Best tentacle forward now. Okay, so we need to use the reclaim sprite action to clear resources and scatter around the reef heart. So that's a resource pile. Collect. We're gonna collect all of these. Sorry, reclaim. There we go. And we need to collect... I think they're still working on collecting things, maybe. Yeah, they're still working on collecting things. Okay, WASD. Okay, build one sprout coral. So these are sprite actions. We're going to come over here. Sprout coral. Sprout corals can only be placed on sprout nodes. They produce coral matter used for building new structures. So if you just click around, you can kind of see where they can build, and you have to build them like right here. It's outside the energy network though. So we might have to just expand the energy network. Build one right there. So water sprites automatically collect coral matter from sprout corals. Speed up just a little bit so we can get that going. There we go. Build one moon coral. Gives energy to all structures. 2 structures standing. So we're going to put that. That goes on this stuff. So we're going to... I want to kind of expand it. But I want to encompass this. So we're going to move it to about right here. Which will expand what I have energy for. Again, we're going to speed this up. Give energy to all structures, 1 structure remaining. What's the other structure remaining? Oh, over here. So let's do another moon. We'll place it right here. Okay, build 1 clam. Clams generate pearls over time, so we need to collect 30 pearls. So we'll put clam right here. Water sprites systematically collect. Clams must be placed on rock tiles. Resources are generated per resource tick. Yeah, and so they take materials from the coral and then put it into the clam. Oh, I need to build 2 clams. So we'll do a second one right here. And here's the clam. Tells you how much energy they consume, resource output. And my little sprites are working on that. So we are going to collect some pearls. And this is also a clam. So we'll have 3 clams once this one receives its needed coral matter. Collect a lot more coral matter and more pearls. So we just do that by doing that. What that means, we need more moons, so we'll put 1 right here. Try to make it so that they overlap a bit. And this will give us 10 pearls if we reclaim this. And you can also reclaim it and you'll get some materials back. And then up here, you can see where you have different materials. So here we have coral matter, the pearls, growth essence, coral plates, and infused corals. We're also showing that we have 4 water sprites. Stable ecosystem is only about 5. So at 10% develop, harvestable grass will start growing. And at 90% develop, it becomes a stable ecosystem, preventing certain hazards from impacting it. So your goal is really you want these things to get up to 90%. And then you have your biodiversity and own zones. So there are a lot more zones than just this one. Yeah, the sprout coral doesn't have power because this one needs just a little bit more. And then the reef heart is kind of the central beating aspect to the heart of the reef. And these are basically they're full, so they're not producing right now because we have full at 50 pearls. Which is fine. We're just trying to get some coral matter now. Gaia wants to introduce you to someone. You've been making great promise, Thalassa, but maybe it was unfair to ask you to do this alone. What do you mean? Have I disappointed you in some way? No, not at all, but we all need guidance from time to time. I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. He looks grumpy. This is Pontus, a former reef guardian who needs a fresh outlook on life and some new challenges. Well, I hope I won't prove too much of a challenge for him. Oh, I doubt that. There's a few things in these oceans that I have not dealt with. There are a few things in these oceans I have not dealt with. Despite what you may have heard, I can't be everywhere at once, and it is my hope that Pontus can offer guidance and support as you move onto uncertain waters. Let's see what we're working with here. Well, those tentacles could be cleaner for a start. I'll try. I've been so busy, and I'm still getting used to them. No excuses. We must maintain standards. Gaia was right. You do need help. But I have shined the dullest of shells in my time, and I expect you will be no exception. I'm certain I will benefit from your wisdom, Pontus. I'm sure you have much to teach me. Well, quite right. Quite right. Yes, yes. Let us get started at once. So complete the Lost Spirit quest. Lost Spirit. Lost Spirit of a decorator crab wants something shiny. Pearls would be the perfect gift to help them move on. Accept quest. Have you seen a shiny thing around here? It was just what I needed to finish my shell decoration. Hey, did you take it? It's my shiny thing. I saw it first. I'm not moving until I get my shiny thing back. Fascinating. You seem to be a lost spirit of some kind of collector, possibly a decorator crab, yes? It's rather too hazy to be honest. All I can think about are shiny things. If you once were, then you'd normally be collecting objects for camouflage, but you've taken a rather different approach. What can I say? I'm an artist until I die. I found that may literally have been the case, my friend. Perhaps if you could find you some new shiny things, you might consider moving on. Okay, so we are delivering stuff to them. which is 15 pearls. Did we click on them again? We bring them back to the heart. Okay. I guess we click on this. Growth coral and essence coral. Shiny things. This is so kind of you. I can see you recognize the need for truly shiny thing artist when you see one. Now, what was it that you needed me to do? I'm delighted I could help you. Follow me to the reef heart and we'll ensure that your shiny things will be part of the reef's energy forever. Sounds artistically satisfying to me. Lead on. So we have an essence coral produce growth essence, which can be used to study growth. So these just get placed here in the center. I'm gonna put it like maybe right here. One essence and one growth coral, which we'll place. Can we place it like? Oh, it's because it's a big one. We'll place it like right there. Oh yeah, that's huge. So this produces growth essence. Study the crafter growth. Build one crafter. I think, is that here? Yeah, the crafter. Unlocks a crafter used to craft items. Each crafter allows crafting more items at the same time and extends the queue. Okay, so we'll start that one. Unlocks the crafter. Oh, after researching the crafter, it becomes available under the utilities. Okay, so they're going to bring in all that material over here. And then we're going to be able to find it. Over here. I feel like that might need maybe another moon coral out here maybe. What does this need? Growth progress needs, or it's building the crafter? Thirty seconds. Oh, it's needing more growth essence. That's what it's doing. Maybe need a second one of these. I don't want to overgrow too fast. Let's see, and then it's saying, oh, here's the crafter. Crafter gives you access to crafting, must be occupied by at least one water sprite to function. So this one's actually got to be occupied. We're going to put it like right here. There we are. Study the sprite well growth. That's not up here, right? No, that's a wellspring. Let's sprite well. Start. The harness of well springs to provide sprite souls. So we have a sprite well. Can only be placed on well springs. They provide sprite souls, which can be useful to craft sprite eggs. Well, I was gonna place it over here, but this one's actually already powered, so we'll put it over here instead. Alright, but it's saying it doesn't have power either. So I have a feeling that this is consuming the power and this. So it might need another moon coral. We'll just place another one like right maybe over here. Craft one sprite egg. Base materials. This is a crafting menu. Here you can craft different items. On the base material menu on the left, select the material, which we don't have base materials. Maybe we're supposed to... Lure storage, you don't have any crafting menu. To craft a sprite egg, open the craft radial dial and select lures. Sprite eggs hatch into new water sprite. Okay, the sprite wells require energy. Okay, maybe it's up here? Alright, it's because it doesn't have energy. I literally built one like right next to it. If there's no reason why that shouldn't have had power. Okay, hold on. Settings. Remapping. Wait. Settings. Reset. Yeah. Okay. This one, E. This one, Q. Apply and done. Much better. Did that one do that? And then here we go. Craft. And now we've got a little egg in there. Look at the state of this place. So empty, so lifeless. We must do something about this immediately. What do we need to do? Life. That's what the reef needs. The hustle and bustle of aquatic fauna going about their daily tolls. And the dissidents of the ocean are picky. They won't just wander onto a reef. They need to be lured. How do we lure them? Well, you're lucky enough to be in the presence of the all oceans over 5 fathoms champion lure crafter. Gosh, I had no idea. We'll need materials, and I can see some growing in the sand, a crafter, and a few water sprites. And remember, the more diverse the life on the reef, the easier it will be to expand. Got it. Let's get crafty. Wildlife needs to be housed and fed, or they will leave your reef. Habitats and food must be built on the same zone they are lured into. Check their status in the zone overview, which they're found on the top bar. So we need to research the anemone and algae coral. So we'll start that one. We need to build 2 anemones and 3 algae coral, which create algae, which feeds most wildlife. Overproduction can cause an algae bloom, so you do want to be careful. And anemones house clownfish and cardinal fish. So we're going to do algae coral. We can do maybe 1, 2. And anemones. Here we go. Which is under habitats. We need 1, 2. And we need 1 more algae. We'll put another algae like right here. The moon coral right there. Harvest 2 seagrass. So we can harvest that. And here's another one we can harvest. Craft 1 seagrass lure. Okay, so we're going to... Oh, now we've got... Now we're starting to get into some more structures here. We want to build... Lure storage, crafting menu. We've got this. We can do... we're just going to craft all. That's going to get us some lures. To use lures, open up the craft radial. Lure storage. And we'll put these out. So we need 20 wildlife and a total of 5 biodiversity. Habitats and food and wildlife are all exclusive to the zone. They are built in and lured to. If you move and attract wildlife in another zone, make sure the required habitats and food are already built there. And there you can see the clownfish. If you have unhoused wildlife will leave the reef if you don't build them the correct habitat. The reef is getting a bit cramped, hardly any room to stretch my fence. We need to expand, which means strengthening the influence of the reef heart. So we can't just continue to build outwards. Oh, by my scales, no. That would be balancing a whale on a barnacle. First, we must strengthen the reef heart's influence. Only then can we safely expand. Sounds complicated. Nonsense. It's extremely simple. You just need to study the evolved reef heart. That will strengthen the bond between the reef heart and the surrounding areas. This was covered in chapter 340 of my expansive notes. Clause 5, paragraph 7b. I must have missed that. Okay, study the evolved heart. So we're gonna come over here. And we have... Oh, here it is. Evolved heart. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Unlocks to purchase the ability of tier 1 zones and increases the reef heart's capabilities. You have unhoused wildlife. Yeah, we need to... We're gonna grow some anemones. We're also gonna get some moon coral right there. They're almost running out of algae coral. So this one, we can maybe craft another. Yeah, so we're gonna have some more over here. As soon as we get... Might need some more moon coral. this one needs growth essence, which I believe is this one. So we'll go ahead and add more essence coral. With maybe some more moon. I also want to look and see settings. Take off edge scroll. And we'll pack another one right there. I'm trying to give it some variability so that it looks more kind of random. Harvest the grass here. Is there, I wonder if there's a way. Yeah, we can harvest. As your reef grows, it becomes harder to track every zone. Open the zone overlay. Okay, well, we're not there yet. Okay, evolve the heart. Okay, storage coral have two main functions. The first is to increase the global storage. Second is a resource drop-off and pickup location. This means that you will not have to haul resources back to the reef heart if a storage coral has been placed closer. So we have... We need to study it first. Which, oh, it's right here. Storage. Unlocks the storage coral. We'll go ahead and add in. We might be able to... Oh, here we go. We could craft... let's go ahead and craft all of them. And we're gonna go ahead and craft the seagrass lure. And that's gonna give the crafter something to do. Speed up. All right, now here we have the storage coral. I kind of want to place this a little bit further out. Probably not as big of a deal right now. But it will come into play. You see, they just want some different equipment. Then we have a wildlife view. You can see the different animals that we have here. Water sprite view. Focus. Oh, we can see different, they all have different viewpoints. That's amazing. Let's go back to the reef view. Yeah, it wants us to build one storage coral, and I'm building like 4 of them. Yeah, and we've got all 9 of our little hatchlings, so we've actually got some stuff to go around. Probably need more coral, so we're going to come back over here, and we have the sprout coral we can put there. And there, but we'll put moon. Where else I can put it? I think there is. And then we also maybe need a couple more clams. So we're full with growth essence. We don't need any more of that. And we're waiting for some stuff to be built. If your structure is damaged, you can heal them by using the restore action. The restore action can be found in the sprite action bar or in the instructions. So you could do that by either, well, that's reclaim. Like here you have restore. Oh, because maybe we need some moon coral out here. Well, own one zone. Click inside the border in a locked zone. So here's the shoal fjord. Wilderness archipelago. Do we have access to a... Here's the zone overview. Out of 50 dwellers. It's not too bad. But we will look to expand in the next episode. So thank you for watching. Have an utterly fantastic day and see you next time.